Okay, I'm hoping this is going to work. I know that this is probably the least favorite thing that we talk about, but we're going to walk through. So many of you guys have had questions who are doing the Money Planner Challenge with us, and so we're just going to walk through exactly what we've already covered and hopefully get you guys on track. If you're struggling with the Money Planner, I want to tell you exactly where to start. So I'm actually going to have you, if you have your Money Planner, I want you to go to month one. And I want you to go to the monthly overview page. So for those of you who have it, this is where you're gonna go. And my lighting, let me see if I can scoot this so my light's a little bit better. It is overwhelming to figure out where to start. And when I did the planner, I thought, oh, this makes so much sense. And then I'm like, oh, maybe it doesn't make sense. So I wanna make sure that we're clear on where everything goes. So if you have the planner, you're gonna open to page 30. If you have the PDF files, you can go to, I think it's like page 31 as well. You wanna start with the monthly overview, okay? So don't look at everything else. If you're scared to death and saying, I don't know how to start this, I want you to start with this page, okay? So we're gonna start here, and the first thing we're gonna do is you're just gonna look at this list. These are the things you're gonna do at the very beginning of the month. These are the things that you're gonna do at the beginning of each week. And these are the things you're gonna do every single day. And they're pretty simple, so it's pretty laid out for you. So I want you to start with reviewing your 1 year financial goals. And we're gonna talk through those and all of the goal part, which I know is a little bit overwhelming. One thing I really want you to do is I want you to start with this section right here. And your one thing, and I want y'all to tell me right now, what is your biggest financial goal this month? So tell me right in the comments, what's your big financial goal? And then I want you to tell me who's gonna benefit if you choose to take care of wealth for your money today, okay? This is the reason we're doing this. Then I want you to go and write, what are you most excited about in regards to your financial future? So tell me what those things are. Then we're gonna go to these pages over here. I kept myself tabs in here. And then I want you to answer, as you start out the month, is there one thing in your home that you could sell this month for extra cash? Is there any extra work you could do to make extra money? Maybe you could sell a table in the basement that you've got on Facebook Marketplace. I tend to sell things on Facebook Marketplace because that's the easiest way for me to sell things. Maybe you can consign some kids' clothes and make some extra money. Maybe you can talk about violin lessons. Y'all, I cannot tell you how much money I made in those early days by doing violin lessons. Maybe you play the piano. Maybe you can drive a kiddo to school. Maybe you can do Uber Eats. Maybe you can do DoorDash. Whatever it is, I want you to write that down. And then I want you to write if there's anything you need to return to get some money back. So that's a way to return. The last thing we're gonna do is write down some meals. So this is the very first day. Again, if you have the Money Planner and you don't know where to begin, start off with this page. Once you have done this, we're gonna move to kind of the scarier pages. Are y'all ready for the scary pages? We are gonna start with how to calculate your net worth. So this one, let me see, I have to take turns writing in one and getting it right so that it looks prettier for y'all. So if you know, mine looks a little sloppier here too. Let's see, I thought I had mine all organized and then I don't have it all organized. Let's see, there we go, net worth spreadsheet. Okay, let's talk through this net worth spreadsheet because I know this one scares y'all. I'm gonna try to read your comments. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try to read your comments. This is on page 6 of the Money Planner. So this is a really good beginning point for those of you who aren't sure where to start. Basically, you're gonna go through and all you're doing is you're writing all of your assets. So this is anything you own in anything that you have that belongs to you, you're gonna write right here. But then you're also gonna include, can y'all see that really well, I hope? Then you're asking me what questions y'all have on this page. Then you're gonna also add in, what do you owe? So you may have a home that is worth $340,000, okay? So that's something that's an asset. That's something you have. However, on the liability side, you have a mortgage. So you owe $200,000 of that. So between those two, you own $140,000. Does that make sense, y'all? And this again, it's on page 6 of the Money Planner worksheet. We put everything down below for links. This is so important because this is what's gonna keep you on track when you don't wanna do this. I do need to tell y'all, we're going to be doing a money workshop that's included if you buy one of our money planners on February 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So we will deep dive into these discussions, and we've got blog posts. What about leased vehicles? Okay, so Anna, on a leased vehicle, that's such a good question. Somebody else asked me that question this morning. A leased vehicle, or let's say an electricity bill, you don't carry a balance on that, so you do not own your leased vehicle, right? That is just a bill. And that's what I'm trying to make sure I'm right on that, but because I don't want to give you the wrong information. That's just a bill. You're never going to own that leased vehicle unless you're leasing to own it, which I don't believe that's an option. So that one is not going to be included. That is not something that is an asset. That is a regular bill. So it's a regular bill. So a regular bill would be like your electric bill. You're never going to own your electricity. Not going to happen. A regular bill would be anything that does not carry a balance would not be a liability. Does that make sense on that question? I'm hoping that makes sense. So if you do not carry a balance where each month you say, I've paid off $100 and now I only owe this month much. Like you can never pay off a car loan, right? Or a lease. You can never pay off your electricity bill. Like you can't just pay it for the rest of your life. Does that help with that one a little bit? Yes, you'll be able to watch the replay later, Chelsea, on that. Okay, so then you're going to add so this is all your checking accounts. So you're going to write any checking accounts you have, your savings accounts, your primary residence value, your rental property value, your vehicle value, anything that you own, you're going to put right there. Your 401ks, your investments, everything. Then over here, you're going to write down anything you owe, mortgage, vehicle loans, car payments, student loans, anything that you are going to pay off is going to go on this right-hand side. That might be the best way to look at that. And then you're going to write down your totals. So this is your totals. Everything you own is right here. Everything you owe is right here. You're going to subtract those out and you're going to find out your net worth. This is what your value, your total value is. And then you're going to set some goals and you're going to try to see how you can set those goals. This is your after. This is like my magic list where we finish at the end of the year or at the end of every couple months. You can reevaluate and see this is where we're at. So that's one of the pages. That's page 6 and 7. The next page I want to go to is the long-term financials goals page. This is on page 4 of the money planner. So this is so important. You need to set your financial goals. So you need to set what goals you have right now that are your long-term, big, scary financial goals. Maybe it's to pay off a car. Maybe it's to make a Disney trip with your kids. Y'all tell me, what would be your financial goal? This is the money planner, Judith, and you can click the link in the video to get it. We are on page 4, and I'm just doing this for anybody. I know a lot of people had some questions, so I want to walk through these questions with them. So you're going to write down, if your goal is to pay off that car, what are some steps you can take to actually pay off that car? You could keep your grocery bill under $150 a week. You could eat out just one time per week. Skip Starbucks. Drink water only at restaurants. Cancel your gym membership. Does this make more sense? Oh, good, Rhonda. That's why I'm doing this, because I know lots of y'all had questions. So make your goal. These are your 1-year financial goal, your 1 year. These are things you'd like to see happen in the next year. Then you're going to write down your 5-year goals. Somebody said, if they already have no debt, what would be some great things to shoot for? One thing might be to buy a new piece of furniture. Maybe you have maybe you're debt free and you love that and that feels amazing, but maybe you would like to have a new couch. Like that could be your goal. So it can be anything like that. Yes, this will be available for the replay for sure, Mitzi. Good morning, Bernie. So glad to see you this morning. Okay, so we are on page 4, y'all. We are going to write down, maybe it's going to be to start your college fund, your kids' college funds. So in 5 years, say your kids are 1, 3, and 5, and you haven't started savings for college because you still have these other big kind of debts. You're going to go ahead and you're going to say, you know what, in 5 years, I would love to be able to start saving some for our kids' college funds. So that's literally totally what it can be. MC Dowslow says you can save for retirement. I love that for sure. So saving for, you're going to write down what those short-term goals are, long-term goals are. Okay. So that's pages 4 and 5. Now, I'm afraid to do this one. There's one that's real scary, and we're about to do the scary one, y'all. Are you ready for the scary one? Here is the scariest page, I feel like, in the money planner. Here we go, girls. This is your monthly budget worksheet. You are going to do this one time each month. You can see there's 12 of these inside for each month. Every month there's one. It is basic accounting and planning. Now, Judy, for some people it's basic accounting, but if you've never taken an accounting course, like lots of people have told me they don't know how to do this. So we hope that it helps them. And if it helps you, awesome. And if not, that is fine too. If you're already doing that, that's fantastic. Okay, so this is the monthly budget worksheet. This one is scary. I would do this one in pencil when you do this. This is on page 33 of the Money Planner worksheets. So you're going to start with this is the projected, this is in yellow is projected, and in pink is what you actually spend. So you're going to write every single thing down. Every single thing that you're going to buy this month, you're going to write down. So we've got our church tithe, new car fund, emergency fund, first mortgage, home insurance, real estate taxes, HOA fees. Here's the thing, y'all. You may think that you just need to live month to month, but the reality is things pop up all the time. So I'm going to cover the rest of the other. Let's walk through this slowly. Okay. We've got our church tithe. Hang on. Let me get a pencil. Church tithe, college fund. If you have kids and you're in a place where you can save for their college fund, a new car fund, an emergency fund. I would highly recommend you guys, how many of you, tell me if you have an emergency fund, and if so, how much do you have in that account? You want to have at least $1,000, because I can double dog dare you, you will have an emergency happen. It will, I promise, it's going to come. Emergencies are going to happen. That's a guarantee. No surprise. So you need at least a little bit of moolah saved back for that. So your emergency fund, try to make sure you get that to at least $1,000, and eventually you want to get it to a few months of savings. Then you're going to have your first mortgage, your second mortgage if you have another mortgage, your home insurance, your real estate taxes, your homeowners association fees, your repairs on your home. Guys, something's going to break in your house. I guarantee you something will break in your house. How many of you guys have lived in a house and never had a house ever anything break? Tell me, have you been that person? $1,900, Carmen, in your emergency fund. I love that. Yes, Paula, you can join the workshop for sure. We'll be sending you out an email. Replace furniture. At one point in your life, you're going to want to replace furniture. Pest control. If you live anywhere that has bugs, you may spend money to get bugs cleaned out. If you don't, that's awesome. If you do, you're going to save for that. Electricity, natural gas, trash pickup, water, home, cable. Cable, this is great if you can change Netflix. That's the only way you're gonna get a $10 cable bill. I was trying to work with a really tight budget, and so we need to get a really, really, really scrunched down budget. $10 for Netflix will work a month. $250 for cell phone. Cell phone costs are crazy to me. Anyways, then you're gonna have life insurance, health and doctor bills, and you probably need more than that. This is just a very basic one. Nancy said she just replaced her hot water heater, had to take money out of savings, wish she had the emergency fund. Nancy, it is so hard if you don't, it is so hard. And it's hard if you're living month to month. I know y'all, this is not easy to do. If you're in a place where you've got very little finances, this is not easy, but you need a plan in place. Magic isn't going to happen. Money's not going to fall down from the trees for you. It's just not. So we need to set up a system that has a plan. Okay, so let's go over here. Clothing. Dry cleaning, if you have dry cleaning. Grocery money, this is about $150 a week. I feel like $150 a week is fairly reasonable if you have a family. I've got a family of 5, but we only have 3 of us at home. I would say a family of 4 can probably eat on $150 a week if you're really, really good at your menu planning and budgeting. Some of you spend more, some of you spend less. Grocery budgeting, y'all, I could talk all day long. It's the one area in your family's finances that you really can change. So I encourage you to really think about that grocery budget. Eating out, $120 a month. That's cheap. That's one time a week at a Chick-fil-A. So that's not very much money. But if you're really working on your budget, you need to work on that. School lunches, Christmas gifts. Christmas comes up. It's not a surprise. Christmas comes every single year. It hasn't not come for my entire life. Every single year we've had Christmas. So don't be surprised when you go spend $1,200 on Christmas gifts, because it happens. Gift fund, hair care. Hair has to happen. At some point, you have to get a haircut. It just happens. Vacation fund, if you can do that. Car payments, car insurance, gas, oil changes, license and taxes, parking fees, repairs and tires. And then you're going to add in your income right here, your salary. So you're going to add any income. And then here's your monthly income. We're going to say our target was that our monthly income, we thought we would have $5,000. Our expenses was $5,025. We were over, okay? Now, because in this is kind of like a made up little budget that I made. In this person's budget, they did a few extra things. They did some babysitting and some consigning. They ended up with an extra $307. Now, if you end up, your goal is to be zero. If you end up with $307, you're going to reallocate that money somewhere. Maybe you're going to go and do something fun. Maybe you're going to add it to your vacation funds. Maybe you're going to add it towards an extra car payment. All kinds of stuff you can do to add those to decide what to do with that extra money. Does that help you guys out as you're doing that? I want to see, those were the big ones. Let me make sure I've covered all of the ones that I wanted to get to in here. We got the net worth, we got the finance February, we got the creating a monthly budget worksheet, 5 ways. Okay. The other thing I will tell you, the money planner comes with envelopes. It comes with 10 envelopes. There you go. These are for cash, so you can choose what to spend cash on. I would say that some people, we are all in different places, and they've got little stickers, so you can add them. You can either use these for your cash, or you can use these for your receipts. The one page that I'm going to walk through a couple other pages in here super fast. This is helpful. I'm so glad, Karen. Okay, so when you get your planner, or if you have your planner, actually this is more for people who already have their planner, but you can click the link in the video if you want to get the planner. Real quickly, let's walk real specifically through this. When you get your planner, I want you to open it up. Can y'all see this really well? What are the asterisks for? I think there was a note on those. I'm not quite sure. I got to go back and look at that one. When you get your planner, it has stickers, which is fun and makes you happy. Y'all, I wanted a way, honestly, when I made this was probably the hardest product I've ever made in my whole life. And I spent so many hours in my head trying to figure this out. But I thought I want people to do something that makes them feel really excited about their budget. So when you get your planner, you're going to open it up. And I would start with just these pages in the beginning. So set out your long-term financial goals. Set out your saving planning. Decide what is worth it to you. Then do your net worth worksheet. I'm going to try to scooch to this one because I think this one has better handwriting in it. I've been working through both of them to try to make sure I give you guys the right information. You're going to have a bill payment schedule. This one I just love. The bill payment schedule is basically just a simple way to go through each thing on all of your budget things that come up, and then you write down the dates. It's really nice if you can do this in pencil and kind of like get it organized. I like to do this by monthly. These are things that are auto withdraw. So like in our family, we actually automatically withdraw this amount of money right here. This is something my husband's done forever. Our emergency fund, vacation fund, repairs, real estate taxes, and new car fund is automatically withdrawn. So that at the beginning of the month, on the 1st, I can't do the math on that real fast. $675 is automatically taken out of our checking account because it's going towards that. This will help you a ton. If you have that money automatically withdrawn, then there's no time, and it goes into a separate savings account. So we have a savings account for anything that we know we're gonna have to save money for. Then we have our 6-month things. Again, those would also be things that are taking money out for, and then our annual things. So these are just annual bills that come up, okay? That's your bill payment schedule. That's a super, super valuable. That one is on page 8 of the money planner. We also have, this is kind of nice. One of the girls on my team actually asked for this, which I thought was kind of fun. This is a visual view of when your bills come due. So each month, you know, these things are done on certain days. Then there's a place for quarterly and annually. Then we have our annual budget overview. This is probably the scariest page in the planner. I'm trying to see if I've done this in the other one yet. Let me look real fast. Okay, this one is here. These 2 pages are scary, so I'm going to walk through them real quickly with you. These are pages 12 and 13, and we're going to deep dive. I'm writing blog posts on each of these, so there will be a blog post written with this. I don't have that written. The ones we talked about already today, the blog posts are already written. These ones I'm still working on. So this is your annual budget overview. This is where you can kind of look and say, this is how much money we spent on charity, on savings, on housing, on utilities. So you can kind of see, did we spend a ton of money on savings or housing? Where is most of our money going? And then this is where you can also add in your income for the month. And then you can see kind of where are you at normally? What's your monthly income? What are your expenses? Where are you at? So this is just a place to kind of add that all in. And then this is probably, I told you that page was scary. This is the scary page. We're going to talk, this is one I've got to write up this blog post this week. I will tell you this one is terrifying and I know it overwhelms you. but this is a savings account ledger. We're going to try to get you guys a spreadsheet, like a Excel spreadsheet where you can use this. What I love about this is basically it's what my husband did forever. So early in those early years when we had so little money, we had to have money in our emergency fund. We had to have money in a car replacement fund because we didn't want to stay indebted to someone else for the rest of our lives. So every single month, this is the amount that auto withdrew at the beginning of the month to certain items. This amount auto withdrew out of our checking account into our savings account once a month. Then there is a spreadsheet that says, okay, so it's February. We now have $300 in our life insurance. We have $300 in clothing. Say there is a crazy emergency, something happens, and let's say, for example, like I said, I haven't finished this one out yet to show you guys. It's so much easier. This one, I will say, this is the one page I personally like better on an Excel spreadsheet. This is how we keep ours on an Excel spreadsheet. And so we're gonna create that file for you guys so you can do that. Basically though, let's say you have let me do it. Doctor bill is a good one. So you put $50 in your doctor bill fund every month. In January, you're gonna have $50 in there. I messed that one up, I think. I have to redo this page, y'all. Don't look at this one because I've got to rewrite it. $50 and then $100. So in February, let's say something happens. You're going to deduct, and you need to go to the doctor and it costs $75. You will deduct $75 from that, but you have the money in savings. This is a really hard one. I'm going to write the blog post because when I write it, it will make more sense, I think, than when I say it. But basically, let me see if I did it in this one. Oh, this one I did better. This one's better. Hang on. This is much better. Sorry, guys. Here's an example, perfect one. You have $50 in your account. You have $100 in clothing, okay, on month one. You go and you shop, so you spend all of it. So then you start with another 50 here. Does that kind of make sense? This is a really hard one to explain. I will write it down way better, but basically every single month you are saving towards something in your home. So you start with 25, then 50, then 75. And then when you need to do something in your house, you've actually got the money for it. This is page 14. Again, we're going to work on a digital file for this where you can just stick your numbers in and it'll be a spreadsheet for you because this one's confusing, but super valuable. It's so valuable, but it's also really confusing. I think the biggest thing about this is all of these things happen. It's not a surprise that you're going to need a car. You're going to need real estate taxes. You're going to need HOA fees. You're going to need home repairs. You're going to need furniture replacement. What this does is it forces you to go ahead and allocate some money towards that. Thank you, Lacey. Because I'm like, it's so hard to explain if you're not in a place where you do it. These things are all going to happen. They're not a surprise. So you're going to take your money out of checking, put it in we keep just a separate savings account. It's it's just an account that sits, and every month we add a certain amount to it. And you can see, like, this is how the balance is going to add up. So in January, it may be $15.75. In February, what's $28.50? Here's probably what explains it the best. What you don't want to happen is that in March you go and say, oh my gosh, we've got $4,000. We can go buy a new big screen TV and a cable set and a Xbox and all the things. That money is allocated somewhere. That money is saved towards something. The nice thing about this too is if you do have some kind of crazy crisis happen, say something totally wonky happens, you've got that money somewhere. Okay, y'all are saying it makes sense. Okay, phew, I will write the blog post on that one. Then we have just a debt reduction plan. This is a real quick, some of you have heard of this as a debt snowball before. Basically, it's just a way that your Southwest Visa, the beginning balance is $3,572. Your minimum payment is $100. You're going to try to pay that off each month and take it down. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. Okay, so there's lots of other pages in this planner. There's your grocery budget expense page, your bank account information. I would copy this and keep it somewhere safe for sure. I probably wouldn't keep it, or you can tear it out and put it somewhere safe. Credit card information. This is super handy because if something happens to you or someone you love, you're going to have all of your information in one place. Subscription information. So this is like all of your subscriptions like Netflix, any subscription you have. Then it's got your password organizer in case you have special passwords so you're not always wandering around. You can just pull out your book. You're going to have it all in one place. Your in case of emergency. This is so important, you guys. I can't stress this enough. This alone probably is worth buying this planner as long as you'll fill it out. So recently, a few years ago, someone in my family passed away, and people didn't have basic stuff written down about them, like their wedding date. And coming from it gets real messy. Let me just tell you, some families it's easy, some families it's not. You need a place to have all this information written down. So this just gives you a place to write all that down. It's just super valuable to have that, so that you're not at the last minute saying, so-and-so just passed away. Did he have any health issues? Did he have any veteran disabilities? Like, it's all written down in Planner. Then there's notes pages, and then this is the monthly overview again. This is where you're going to start, page 30. For those of you who have the planner, just start with page 30, and then you're going to write down your goals. This is probably my favorite page right here. So remember, you're going to write down all your meals that you can make using what you already have at home, which I just did it using Post-it notes. I thought those were super cute. I was really happy about those. And then this one is probably my favorite. I think I probably said a few things were my favorite, but I love this. This month, I'm saving for vacation fund and family room paint. To make this happen, I love this, y'all. I want you to do this right now with me. To make this happen, I'm willing to give up spending too much on groceries. Instead of spending money on too much food, I'm going to use it towards our home and family, what I really love. This is so very worth it because my family is depending on me. So I'm gonna read that one more time. This month I'm saving for vacation fund and family room paint. To make that happen, I'm willing to give up spending too much money on groceries. Instead of spending too much money on food, I'm going to use it towards our home and my family, what I really do love the most. This is so very worth it because my family is depending on me. And then there's a couple more like that at the end of the month. Oh, this is the daily spending ledger. This one's real scary, y'all. This is probably the scariest one. It's on page 34. You write down every single thing you buy right there. If you're using the envelopes, a really good way to use them is to put all of your receipts in here, and then you can just go through once a week, grab out your receipts, write it down. You can decide, did what I just spent, did I spend cash, credit, or debit? Was it a need or a want? Was it clothing, dining, food, fun, gas, grocery? And that way you can see at a quick glance what was the most important things. Okay, last page I want to walk through. At the end of the month, you're going to do a review for yourself. What was your biggest money win? What did you waste money on this month? What could you have done better with your money? What did you do with your money that you would do again? What change did you make that will last? Who was impacted because you chose to spend money wisely this month? And what is your biggest financial goal to reach the next month? And then you'll have a notes page and then another page to start it all over again. So, phew, that was a lot of words. Okay, you guys, the money planning workshop is on February 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. If you have bought one of our money planners, we will send you an invite to the group. It's amazing. You really need to get one of these. You're trying to use a notebook. It's not as easy. First time ever catching live. I'm so glad you're here, Paula. You guys, this is so worth it. This workshop is going to be so worth it. I definitely think you'll love it. Make sure you're signed up. If you order the planner today, it should get to you in time for the workshop. That's why I'm doing this video today, because I want to make sure it's going to get to you. I will tell you, we do have a bundle deal. You can click the link in the video. If you're interested, the link in the video will show you the money planner. When you look at the planners, this is the one you want. This is the money planner. This is what it looks like. Y'all see that? If you click the link in the video and you're interested in purchasing, it's that one. It looks like that. We do have a money planner bundle and home planner bundle deal. I hate talking about, here I am telling you to save money. Y'all, you don't need to buy any. Let me be loud and clear, because I know some of you are thinking, well, I can't believe you're over there selling stuff and telling me to save money. You do not have to buy any of this stuff, trust me, to save money. Trust me, you do not. But if it will help you, we just did the work for you, that's all. If it helps, I think it's worth it. I think if you'll do it, you will get the money back, but don't waste your money on it if you won't do it. That's the money planner. The money planner and home bundle deal is this. It is a pink home planner. I do think the home planner, it's worth its weight in gold. Actually, they're both worth. Y'all, they're so good. They're so good. You read the reviews. Don't even listen to me. Just read the reviews. The money planner bundle includes the money planner, the home planner, the workshop on February 15th, 4 blank journals, a pocket calendar, a set of stickers, and the money budget envelopes. So if you're interested in it, I think it's great, but like I said, you can do all of this with a piece of paper and a pencil and just join me. Yes, this will be saved to watch later. Join the workshop and everything by ordering either the money planner or the money planner bundle, and even just the money planner. Y'all listen, if you really have no money, if that's you, if you're like, Lori, I have no money, I don't care how good your stuff is, like, I know money. Use a notebook and pen and just Google budgeting. You can even just go to the link in our thing and read budgeting stuff and just get a paper. You can get a notebook for 19 cents at the dollar store and a pen and do it. If you want to do the PDF files only, they're just $16.95. So you can do just the money planner PDF files. So, phew, did you come up with those yourself? Yeah, Karen, can I just tell y'all, can I just brag for a second? I made all this myself. Like these and I will tell you, I'm not super fancy. I'm just a mom who needed things for herself. I spent hours and hours and hours coming up with every single question in this money planner. I can't even tell you, this was the hardest thing I've ever made probably in my whole entire life, was this money planner, because my heart so wants you to see success. I can't even express in words how badly. I mean, every single line I sat and was like, okay, what would help me stay focused when I don't want to anymore? So yeah, every single thing I made myself, which is kind of fun. I do have a great team. So I made up the idea and then my design team created the design. So I just had the concept in my brain. That's all. Yeah, I know it's kind of fun to be a mom of 3 kids who's made something that she really loves and is proud of. So I'm really super lucky, and I know that. So yeah, nobody else, these aren't like, and all of this is cash flowed by our family too. Like we are living this for sure. So every item we've ever purchased for Passionate Penny Pincher, there are no debts or loans on anything. This is our own, my husband's and my money. We buy all the stuff, we sell it. There's no big company funding this. Yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, y'all are amazing. I hope you stick to your budget goals today. When you want to go out to Starbucks, remember, before you go to Starbucks today and spend money you don't need to, I want you to think in your head, is that what I really want, or is there something else I want more? Y'all decide today what you value the most. Decide and determine today that you care about your family or your finances, or what do you want the most of all the things that you have. Decide what you want, spend on what's truly valuable, and stick to your money goals today. I'm proud of you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Hope to see a bunch of you guys on February 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.